we have great experience with Taliban because we held negotiations with them in Pakistan, and every single treaty that was signed with Taliban failed. Because they actually, they believe in absolute power. It's an extremist absolutism that they believe in. And I don't think they are going to really take partners with them. That will lead to a greater conflict. You see, people say that the Taliban have defeated Americans, and that's why they, you see, in a way, Taliban's recent war, particularly the war fought after 2014, it has helped Americans to stay on in Afghanistan. Because otherwise Americans would have had to leave Afghanistan as they had promised to leave it in 2016. But it was this new war of Taliban which in a way helped Americans to stay on. So I think Taliban is not an American problem. Al-Qaeda is. Other organizations that can hit mainland America are a problem for, but not Taliban. Taliban is a regional problem. Taliban will ultimately become a problem for China. Taliban will become a problem for Central Asia. So that's what we should think about. You see, China, Russia, and Iran believe that Taliban will force Americans to leave Afghanistan. But now if Americans stay on and Taliban also emerge on the horizons, it will be a nightmare for China. And I think Pakistan should be very vigilant in getting involved in the new great game, the so-called great game. And as I said, everything that moves in Kabul always reaches Peshawar and Islamabad. That must be kept in mind. Amir Abdurrahman had written a letter to Viceroy of India, British Viceroy of India. He said, "Don't bleed us, because our rivers flow to subcontinent. Because if you bleed us, the blood will reach you in our rivers." So I think that's a lesson that Pakistan should always remember, and Pakistan should put pressure on Taliban and tell them that they can't really hegemonize. If they want to hegemonize, it's going to have an impact on Pakistan. Internally, Pakistan will also face Talibanization. I think serious senior leadership in Pakistan, both civil and military, I think they believe that Taliban should enter into an agreement with Afghan government. They should sit with Afghan government, which so far Taliban have not done. But what is very dangerous is the jihadist circles in our own state and society. That's very, this tale unfortunately has been wagging the dog. As we have seen in the past, it has been, this lobby, this jihadist lobby was able to put pressure. But I believe now there is a very strong realization in Islamabad, in Rawalpindi, that Taliban should be asked to be flexible and get into an arrangement, political arrangement. Otherwise, the civil war in Afghanistan will erupt again, and it will turn into proxy wars, as we had seen in the 90s. That cycle can be repeated, and it can be very dangerous. How can you have CPAC? How can you have regional cooperation in the presence of this escalation of a new jihad in this region? So I think there is a realization, and I think there is a lot of effort going on behind the screens.
Thank you.